Hello, this is Par for the Discourse. Today is August 2nd, 2020. Quarantine life is still continuing. It's not slowing down. I'm coming to you live from my backyard in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. I'm Erica, and this is Nicole. Nicole is coming to us from Madrid.
Hi, sweating my balls off here.
It's going to be a hot one here too. It's going to get up to 90 something with a lot of humidity.
Yep.
Torture, but it's earlier here. What time is it there?
It's 5 p.m. so peak heat here, but I'm in my air conditioning, so I don't care. But it's been over 100 the past 4 days, reaching 106 2 of the days. I'm back on like quarantine, like meaning I just don't even go out anymore. It's too hot.
Well, you got your little vacation in.
Yeah, it's fine.
Happy that you were able to do that. Starting to get so I moved some things around in the backyard, and I was gonna try to show it off, but it's kind of hard to see it. But I'm gonna get some sun here in a little bit, but that's okay.
I'm liking this oasis you're creating here because it's a nice project for the summer. And let's face it, I mean, the weather stays nice until October, no problem.
Yeah, and that's when the mosquitoes will be gone. So we are already thinking. So I got a pallet, and then I hung some stuff. I don't know if you can see. And then I asked the guys for some more pallets. And I wait, if I go this way.
Now, are you gonna paint those or just like?
No, we're gonna wait. I need to get some more to start building like a little. So this is my drawing.
Yeah.
I know so here's me in the hammock, and these things behind me, and then this is what I'm creating here with the pallets. This is my drawing. But when I moved things around, I said, "Oh, look! I actually did what I conceived on my drawing." And so you come down the stairs here. This is a new pot that Milton left for me this morning. So this is my Sansevieria snake plant that I bought.
Nice. That looks like mine. Yeah.
And so I had it in like the little planter. I hadn't moved it yet. And then this morning, Milton, my neighbor, left this for me. So I just put it in that. Isn't that pot beautiful? Gray.
Very nice. Yeah.
He said somebody was throwing it out. So he keeps me in mind with all these pots. I have been able to put this backyard together on a pretty much $0 basis.
Yeah.
I've been asking people for pallets. This one I love. It's a really nice one. The other ones aren't so nice.
It looks good, yeah.
So that's what
I bet you people throw a lot of good stuff out, like gardening stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah. And everybody's moving. There are moving vans. The moving vans are everywhere. So if you take a walk around the neighborhood, people are throwing all kinds of shit out.
So now, are you pretending to be an architect in real life now? Is that like, you're like George Costanza? You're telling people.
My floor planning. I don't have CAD experience, but I can look and like the best of them. My drawings are really very detailed and to scale. I mean, fun.
Well, and I just thought when you mentioned. Go ahead.
Well, I felt good that I drew it, and then I started moving things around, and I was like, your space first. And, I always like rearranging a room. I rearranged one of your friends' room. I changed her life. I came over to her apartment. She bought me a bottle of wine, and we just started moving furniture around. And all of a sudden I really did. She had just, not everybody knows how to put furniture in the right places, and she really didn't, and that's okay. Not everybody's good at that. And I took this room and just turned it into like it all made sense.
Or maximizing the space. People don't know how to maximize. Yeah.
Right.
So, so I thought to myself when you said, "Oh, today's August 2nd," I forgot that it's like August now. So we're entering your birth month here.
Today is the anniversary of 2 years ago. Do you remember my friend Lisa and Stephanie came down and we went to the Beyonce concert?
Yes.
And I had just gotten fired from that little job that I had. I was.
That's 2
I mean,
years? Oh God, I thought it was last year. Yeah.
2 years ago, and I love that girl, Lisa. If Lisa ever watches this, I love her so much. She came through for me this week in a huge way. I'll tell you about it later. But yeah, friends are, this is a saying that you and I have said many times. And I don't mean to use the word God, but friends are God's apologies for family.
Oh, that's a good one.
You never heard that one?
No, I like that though.
Not that maybe we could use somebody else other than God, but yeah. Lisa, she's been awesome, and I wish I could get upstate to spend some time up there. So, all right.
Well, pretty soon, hopefully we'll be moving around and about. I know. Listen, I gotta be positive.
Yes.
You know me. When do I ever come through with a positive thought? I had a conversation this week. I wanted to get your take on this. I mean, I'm not even going to tell you what the conversation was about, who it was with, nothing. I'm just going to tell you one phrase, and you just give me your interpretation on this, okay? So I ended the conversation by saying, well, I guess there's two types of people out there. Those who like Friends, the show, the TV show, and those who don't.
Oh.
I am not one of those people.
I thought you were gonna say those who, it's kind of like
you could put anything in those blanks.
Right. Like those people who like the Beatles and those people who like the Rolling Stones. I thought you were gonna say that some people like Friends and some people like Seinfeld.
Well, that was kind of like the thought process, but then I did say that later on, and the person said, like, you can like both, which I'm not. Well, that's not the point. The point is there are people who like Friends and people who don't.
I never liked that. I don't even think I really watched it.
Me neither. I've seen like a couple episodes in my life, but I've never like.
I mean, there were a lot of things that were unrealistic about it, and being able to afford that apartment was one of them.
That's exactly what I said. Exactly word for word.
It was like on the Upper West Side, wasn't it? Like, it's not like, oh, maybe they were in another neighborhood. They were in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, they were in the city. I'm not sure where, but yeah, sorry. We're going to Bloomingdale's.
No.
And another thing I didn't like about it was I just never related to any of those characters. Anything they did, any of the people they were attracted to, like nothing about it.
Their haircuts.
No, I think it's I think the whole thing is very it was well made because it appealed to mainstream. And that's how they made the money, because it appealed to most people internationally. Like, oh, isn't that chic? Like, there's nothing interesting or witty or edgy about anything. But, this caused an argument when I said this. So.
Really?
Well, it was like, why do I have to be so negative, and why can't I just like something? Because, like, why does everything have to be so
This person your husband?
Wait, did you guess that because I don't associate with anyone else these days?
No, because
I don't. Maybe.
Well, yeah, we're kind of limited on the amount of people we keep in contact with. No, I can't believe somebody was just defending it so much. I mean, I don't know, it's corny.
Well, anyway.
So I got one season in of Killing Eve. I like it, but then that season 3 was disappointing. So do I bother watch season 2? Because I'll just stop right now.
Season 2 was good too.
But don't bother with season 3?
No, I mean, go ahead. I watched it because there was nothing else to watch, but I was like half lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like lost its edge now. It's like, when something's outdone itself, it's like, all right, that's enough.
Got it. Is it coming back for a 4th season, or is that it?
I think it is for one more.
Oh. Did you watch Fleabag?
Yes. Well, she's the that Phoebe, whatever her name is. She's the one that wrote that. Both of them. So.
That's why I asked. But I love the like European, just watching a show filmed in Europe as opposed to America is already interesting to me. I love all the apartments. Her apartment, the assassin, her apartment is so amazing.
I don't remember because things move around as it goes.
Right. Okay.
Um,
And
I
now
think
I'm
she's great.
so into all the plants that now all I see is like, oh wow, look at those nice plants. Like I'm noticing everybody's beautiful plants.
Well, this is like pathetic because I guess I'm living through you now since I see you here on screen. I'm like looking I'm just reading every day articles, whatever. And I'll come across something like some things you need for your patio. And I'm like, click. I'm like, wait a second. I don't own a patio. I'm like, all right, I'll just read this and pass along. That's why I told you before. Do you have basil, mint, and lavender? Because those keep away mosquitoes. This has nothing to do with my life. I'm just living yours.
Right. I told you I got 2 out of 3. Well, when I got the pallets, when I realized that this church right down the street, which by the way, on the corner, by the way, they do a food drive, I think 2 or 3 times a week, and the line is around the block.
Wow.
People getting food. So the next time I go and talk to the guy, because he was very nice, he gave me 4 pallets. I'm gonna ask if there's something I can do maybe once a week to like go and help or something. I mean, it's right on the corner. It's a Lutheran church, means nothing to me, but they're neighbors, and I know they're doing this food drive. So I'm gonna go and ask if I can help, but really because I want more pallets.
How generous.
Tit for tat, right?
Listen, I mean, they're not going to say no. So.
No, I guess somebody said if you want really nice pallets, they cost like $5. Like you can go to a place and buy them, but a lot of people have to throw them out.
Yeah.
So they get discarded. So I'm creating free furniture back here because otherwise, I mean, why not? It's outdoor. So we might like maybe give it a coat of something once I put it together to kind of, or paint it or something. I'm not sure.
Like a varnish or something.
Yeah, right now I'm just, you see my, the 2 little white things, they're little aloe leaves that I cut off because the aloe was getting too big. So now I'm learning how to propagate.
How are you going to sit out there? Like, how are you going to let people sit out there?
Well, so we'll put up I'm going to make 2 or 3 stacks. So it'll be like a little corner seating area.
Okay.
See how I'm going to 3 layers, and then we'll put like a back thing.
Okay.
And then I mean, maybe we won't get cushions. Maybe I will, but the top layer, I might take pallets and like make it so it's like fill in the spaces so you can sit on it, and maybe like sand it down. I mean, it's outdoors, but then I was thinking get like a fire pit or something for the fall.
Because you'll have to cover it in the rain, though. Do you know what I'm saying? If you put cushions and all that shit.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't think we'll do cushions. It's already pressure treated.
Yeah.
So, it's supposed to be outdoors.
Well, the great outdoors. There you are.
I'm doing the best I can. I have been spending a lot of time out here because I haven't been leaving the house. I have not left the house.
Any plans for the birthday coming up? We still have about, let's say, 3 weeks-ish.
No, it was,
I
was talking about my friend Lisa. It was her 40th birthday this week.
Yeah.
So, she's just, had the people drive by and a lot of, things sent to the house. But I feel like things will probably still be, oh, no. Hey, did I get kicked off?
No, I hear you.
No.
Uh-oh. Shit. Well, we're still recording. Erica has gone away. Let's see if she rejoins. I will pause us. And we are back. Hey, the next time you have to go to the bathroom, just say so. Don't. Is this what happens when you're sitting in the sun, or what? You're fried?
Yeah. It was telling me it was overheating, and I thought, oh shit, I better get out of the sun. And I can feel it. It's really hot.
You're
So
like, it's not overheating. It'll last.
Well, it did it the other time I was sitting at the table. It did it, but then it went away. So I kind of thought it would go.
Oh. You're like one of those people that drives on empty, and you're like, it's not really on empty.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is, but I was really in the direct sun. It was starting to come over the trees.
All right.
Sorry about that. So are we recording?
Yes, we are.
So did you paused and then rejoin? So it's all part of the same thing?
Yep. I didn't even know I could do that. I said, hey.
Do you think it's just going to look like one straight video when you, oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good to know for all the people out there watching. So what were we saying? What were we talking about? Oh, I know what you said, that your friend had her birthday and people were driving by sending things, and something about sending things. I don't know if you were.
Right. And then I was going to say, and I'm sure things will still be trickling in for weeks because the postal system is getting slowed down intentionally. So
that's my story of my life these days.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your mail-in voting and how fair that all seems to be?
Yeah, no one's talking about the overseas voters, although I know people are, it's considered absentee ballots, but basically some of the states abroad, when you're voting abroad, you can't do it by email for the general election. Primaries, I voted online, no problem. So president says it's unfair, and I had to write Cuomo to see if they, whatever. You're not writing him, you're writing the office just to cause a problem, cause a ruckus. So I don't know if it's going to get there. They said to me, you're best emailing it first. It's a ballot request. It's not the actual vote. So if you do the ballot
did before, correct?
Say that again?
Which is not what you've done in the past.
It is, but I have done that in general elections, but it's very fast because the mail system has always been decent. Within a week, you get everything. I've always voted by September. Always. The two elections I voted in. So this one now, I said, okay, I did the ballot request by email, and they say that that's supposed to secure the fact that you should be getting the real paper ballot. But that doesn't mean that they're going to accept it if it takes 2-3 months to get there. I mean, you know what I mean? It could easily. I'm still waiting on something my mother sent me almost 3 months ago. So I don't see, even if I do like a FedEx or anything, I mean, who's to guarantee you don't get
that's crazy.
You don't get confirmation. Do you know what I'm saying? So I talked to someone else about this who's also voting here as a New Yorker, and that's what they're doing. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna go. Everything sucked on Friday. I tried to do that. I walked to the post office. I've been to the post office since all this, and one time was awful. The second time, no one was there. It was a fluke, I guess, because Friday I went and the line was like 30 people going around the place outside. So, governmental workers taking it slow in the heat. So I'm not standing out there in the 105-degree weather for an hour and a half. So I'll go early tomorrow morning. But yeah, I have a feeling my vote won't be counted in the end. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it's going to be counted in New York State anyway, so probably won't even have much of a.
Yeah, but still, I'm not using that as an excuse.
I know.
But yeah, you're right. But I want to do it, and I am trying to do it. But you're right. What you said the other day, the whole process is made to be like, just give up. This sucks.
Let's see, what else has happened this week? Killing Eve I watched.
Oh, I finished Schitt's Creek. I told you that.
Yep.
Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. I wish it just could have kept going.
Yeah, I told you I think there's a movie.
That would be great. I could see that.
Like, just minus Patrick, though. I mean, Patrick's unnecessary. I just thought he was like
A dud, yeah.
a dud. Yeah, he's a dud. But
I
I told
actually,
my daughter was gonna grow on you. You're like, oh, she's so ditzy, but it's like, I don't know, it just kind of is. She's so cute.
I thought there was going to be before I got into season 6, I was like, I bet you there's going to be a double wedding at the end. Like, I thought that the vet was gonna, what the hell was his name? Ted.
Oh, that he was gonna come back from the Galapagos.
Yeah, but this was before he even left for the Galapagos. I thought they're probably gonna. I'm glad they didn't do that though. But Moira dressed as like a Pope, Cardinal, Bishop, whatever that was
Amazing. So you see the comparison to Dennis Rodman, wasn't that great?
It is.
You have to go back into the history of Par for the Discourse to get that reference.
Right.
Oh, speaking of, I have a pest back here. I know last week you asked me like, oh, is anybody gonna bother your plants or your vegetables? I was like, the only thing I'm worried about are these squirrels. These squirrels they aren't scared of me. Like, I come outside and they don't even move. They're like, what? Like, they're so, I was like a foot away from this squirrel trying to get it out of the arugula bed because my arugula is starting to sprout. And it was just in there. And I was like, get. And I'm getting closer and closer. And the thing is just staring at me like it's challenging me.
And then you're waiting for it to lunge, right?
I thought it was going to attack me. And it eventually goes away, but he's not scared of me at all, which pissed me off. So I'm
could have rabies. Those things are like rabid. I don't know.
But so I've been able to shoo him off when I've seen him, but it looks like the same one too, kind of. I don't know.
Okay, so here's my remedy for that. I'm going to pretend I know what I'm talking about for a second. I only have experience with gardens and deer. Now, why a deer would have the same likings as a squirrel?
Well, they would want to graze, right?
Sorry?
Wouldn't they graze and kind of get into the plants, or no?
Yeah, but I don't know if, what I'm going to say is they've always said to keep the deer away, you put a bar, don't even ask why, you put a bar of ivory soap. Has to be ivory. There's something in ivory soap that they're like not attracted to. Something, but that's deer. I don't know if that has anything to do with squirrels. So I know you're gonna be sitting there between the eggshells and the ivory soap.
I've got my eggshells, and I also put coffee grounds in my succulents. They say coffee grounds are really good for soil with specifically the succulents, but I think probably other things too. I'm really close to like wanting to do a compost pile, but like I really don't think I don't think I can do that.
I think once you go into the compost pile, you're gonna have to get a pair of Birkenstocks. I mean, I just don't.
It's for another. It's not. I don't think composting is good for a Brooklyn backyard. If I had acres, it was like way over there, someplace that I had to like,
It's gonna stink. It's gonna be.
Right. I mean, I guess I've read up a lot of things. Like, there's ways to keep it contained. There's ways to keep the smell down. There's, you have to keep up with it. You have to pay attention to it. And
yeah, you don't just throw banana peels back in the backyard. You've got to.
It's a whole process. Like, you have to use certain things, and it's like the space has to be 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. And I don't know why it has to be that size cube. That seems strange to me. But I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
But then there's like, I've seen videos of people just doing natural compost piles, like, like out in like a remote part of their land or whatever, and not contained, just like a heap. And then but they keep turning it over, And it does, like, in a year, it turns over and it's soil, it's mulch.
Yeah, we had that at my mother's house for a while, like next to the garage, just an area. I would say like 10 by 5 area.
And
it
she
was,
just dumped stuff.
yeah, but it wasn't, it's like what you're saying. It's not like tossing garbage back there. And it was like you churn it. And it does get enriched, the soil, but I think she stopped doing it. It's not, you got to take care of it. You got to keep after it.
Yeah, when I started reading about the worms and like all the things and I'm like,
yeah, let's do one step at a time here.
Let's like maybe, this is my first garden, so.
I don't know. It's a little too granola for me.
I've got one zucchini coming, but it's very light. Like the color of the other one was really dark. This one is very light. So I'm waiting to see what happens before I pluck it. I think the rest, I might get some more zucchini. It's a mixed bag because some of it died and it didn't do well, and then some of it's doing okay. I don't know. I overcrowded that pot, I think, with seeds.
And who knows when you're supposed to actually start growing these things? Is this now the time for that anymore?
No, the zucchini I started in the spring. But
oh, okay.
like I got 2 zucchinis, and I just don't think I have a big enough pot, and I think it got fucked up.
Yeah, it's too.
The pot wasn't big enough. The same thing with my tomatoes. But like I said, it's the first time I'm trying this. Next year, I'm going to try to feed the family with the vegetables I grow.
We're self-sustaining.
Gotta try a little bit of it, right? Nobody else is gonna take care of us.
Yeah, well, living off the land.
Yeah, it's too granola for you, do you think?
No, I'm all for that. I'm all for the growing your own vegetables and all that. I think it's great, but I don't know. Once it requires like going out barefoot and flipping shit over and banana peels, then I'm I'm done.
Come on. I can do this with style.
Yeah.
What else? I'm like at a loss for things to talk about that aren't.
I didn't have a very exciting week, to tell you the truth, and I don't know. I'm thinking of what's going on this week. Not much. Like I said, I've been confined because of the heat. You have also been. So there's not much to say when you're not coming in contact with people.
Well, August being a notoriously lazy month with not a lot going on but my birthday.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should have a, this is a good idea, maybe not next week, but the week after or the week after that, as it's approaching your birthday. We could even have a, what's the word, looking back on our trip that we took.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like past birthdays altogether. Yeah.
Well, we could do that too, but.
Well, so we can relive a little part of it. I'll just say, yeah, we could talk like a little story here and story there, like 24, which is a whole story in itself. But I'm going to be 42 this year, and my 40th birthday 2 years ago. 2 years ago today, I went to the Beyonce concert. My 2 friends took me, but you called me up in like February and said, let's figure out a way to get you over here so we can spend some time together, because we both turned 40 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And, so I came to Madrid. It was May. Was it May or was it?
It was the last week of May.
Right, because it was right. And flew to Madrid, spent some time there, and then you and I flew to Rome for a few days, and then came back to Madrid, and I went home. It was the best. It was my best trip ever. It was great, and who knows if we'll ever be able to do a trip like that again. I know.
Well, that was my intuition saying we've got to get you over here, because 2 more years from now we're not even going to be on planes anymore. So.
And we didn't know that. And you think about, because I came in 2010, and this would be 10 years since that. So you think like, oh, maybe I'd be like, oh, 10 years, I'll come this summer. But I'm glad that we did it 2 years ago instead, because I would not be able to come. Did you see the thing that I sent you this morning about people not being allowed, people being questioned at customs about their social media accounts?
I don't think you sent me that. Well, you did send me something a little while ago, and I said I'll look at it in a bit, but I don't know if that's what it was.
That's what it's kind of about. That
No, I don't think that's what this is. Insurgent Friends?
Yeah. Oh, no. That was the Cat Williams thing.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
And well, it's a little bit of a confusing story now. They're saying it's going to be told on Rachel Maddow tomorrow night about what's happening at Customs and Borders, and that they're asking for people's social media accounts.
That sounds very dictatorship-like. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's scary. That's beyond scary. I mean, everything is scary. But I don't think that, I hate the desensitizing of what's scary, that things are just, we're so exhausted by everything that it's like, ugh. That's the thing that's scarier than anything, is that our own self-involved, me sitting here talking about my backyard, and that we're so desensitized and so selfish and self-involved that our basic human rights are being taken away from us in front of our eyes. And it's scary, and there's nothing funny about it.
I'll watch that in a bit. Yeah, I didn't see it.
I think it's something that is gonna get flushed out more.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I also am like, I'll be walking along, and I'll just have a moment where I stop and I look around and I just see all the people with masks on, and I'm like, what is this world I mean, this is like weird. Like when you just stop and.
Yeah, but are you not see somebody without a mask ever?
It's so enforced now. Like they've even come. It's so stupid. Everything's in reverse now. I rarely see anyone without one, to tell you the truth.
Well,
even in the parks and everything, everybody.
Well, I wish I was living in a situation like that, because I would say it's a lot of it kind of varies, but when I'm walking to the store and someone is coming towards me with no mask on and no care in the world, you can tell there's no mask on their hand, around their
that never happens here.
Nothing, and they're just coming straight at you. And I'm at the point where I know I'm not going to yell and start people. I give them the evil eye. I'm giving everybody the evil eye. And I get home, and I'm so happy to be home that I ran my errand and I'm safe. And that's not a way to live, but that's how I feel. I don't want to go far, because I just, way too many people without masks, and I can see it in their face that they don't fucking care. You can see it. It's like,
I don't see that though here. Honestly, everyone, even if someone's not wearing it, which is very rare, it's in their hand. Now, what I really am curious about is what's going on in the beaches and all that, because there's no way people are sitting there in the beach with the mask on. I'm sorry, but I don't see that happening. So kudos to all the people that had to go on their beach holidays.
Beaming the law.
Yeah. Yeah, that phrase. We'll quote that one.
Yeah, that was enraging.
Okay, well, we'll end our rage here. I'm sure we'll have the same opinion next week.
Wear a mask. I don't get that. So hopefully we'll see you next week, and stay cool.
Yes. Keep after the zucchinis.
I will keep my computer cool so we don't have an interruption. But good to know that we can pause if I need a pee break.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.